Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Samson Onoja Itodo, and welcome to the Afro Bloggers Convention Discourse. And today we are going to be having a discussion with Mami Ado, the blogger at African Blog. We're going to be talking about how she became a blogger. This is her page, a website where she blogs her blog, where she blogs and where you can get a lot of more information about her. So I'm just going to invite her in to join me. I think she's already up there. I'm going to ask her to join me right now as we blog. I see you. I see you, Mami. Okay. So she's going to join us. But first, before she comes online, I want to say thank you to all our sponsors, Move Global, African Fox Hawk Schule, who is one of our biggest partner, AfroLink, everybody, all our fans, everybody that has been following this conversation. Get ready. It's the 2nd of November. It's going to be high in Berlin. Bloggers are rushing to Berlin. Mami Ado, I've sent you invitation. Finally, she's there. I want to present you the amazing, beautiful Mami Ado, blogger, African mommy. Welcome.
Thank
How
you
are you?
very much. It's my pleasure. I'll just give me just 1 second. Let me adjust the camera. I didn't know that I had to do it horizontally, so just give me 1 second.
Okay. I think you're good.
Okay, then we'll probably just have to make do with it like that. But you can see me clearly.
Yeah, very clear. Actually, I've been eagerly preparing for this interview because I see all what you've put out online, and I've gone through your blog. It is exciting, man. It's exciting about the part how you become a blogger. Your description there is telling. So tell us a bit about you. Tell us about you a bit.
Oh, where did I start? I am a blogger. I'm a mom of one, a single mom of one. I've been in Germany for the past 7 years now.
Please start by telling us your name first.
Oh, okay. My name is very long. It's a typical Ghanaian name. Is Maame Dentaa Amu. But most people call me Maame Dentaa.
Okay.
So yeah, that's my name. I am a mommy. I'm a blogger. I'm living in Germany. So that's basically it. So I have the African. Sorry.
Continue.
So I have the African Mommy in Deutschland blog. I do YouTube videos as well. And then we also have the African Mummies in Deutschland Facebook group. And then we have the African Mummies, African Mumpreneur in Deutschland group as well. So it's all about African mummies in Deutschland.
This vlog right now is going crazy. I see everybody, man. You got fans everywhere. They're rushing everything.
Really? Thank you. I can't see everybody who's on, but I know my family. I know they're on. If you're here, hi everyone.
Yvonne Chapo, I see you. Debola Sanyo, I see you. Robert, I see you. Greetings. Thank you for being on this. So let me start. Let me go to your blog, especially. I want to go about me. Your description there, you say you're a freak. You're a freak of nature. So tell us about how you become a blogger and what's about your being freaky.
Oh, you know what? It's a family thing. My mom used it one day and said, "Oh, someone's just a freak," and so our whole family we identify ourselves as freaks. Like we have a particular sense of humor. We have things that other people might not find funny. We find funny. I have a lot of things that go on in my head that I want to say. Like I was born in Nigeria, and later on we moved to Ghana and all those things. So if I see something, like I have the Nigerian side of me telling me something, then I have the Ghanaian side of me telling me something. So it's like I'm a bit freaky that way. How I became a blogger, I've blogged forever. I love writing. I love the sound of language. I love talking. So I started blogging way before. I had a blog called Ghana by Dentaa, where I used to go to different places. It's more like a travel blog in Ghana, different places. I'm a foodie. I eat a lot. So
Mm.
that was what it was all about. And then when I came to Germany, I had so many terrible experiences. And the whole idea of having the African mommy and daughter was like, look, bro, I'm a tough cookie, but I was finding it really hard to organize myself and really settle in Germany. I was like, this is no joke. Like, if I'm struggling, and I think I'm a tough girl, if I'm struggling, then I can imagine how many people are struggling. So the whole idea of the blog was to share my experiences about Germany, share things that made me happy, share things I thought was funny. That was the whole idea of the blog. Yeah. So
Yeah, all I was reading about you, I saw you talking about the paper issues in the bureaucracy things in Germany. Ah, it's driving me crazy. How do you survive
oh my
that?
God, when I first came to Germany, I was a disaster. Like, you always see me sweating. There's this gentleman that knows me in Düsseldorf. I had a decor shop in Düsseldorf, and he always used to meet me. He calls me, I'm overwhelmed, because I was overwhelmed. Like, I literally had no idea what to do, and I'm already a very last minute person, so I had no idea how to cope. So my
Mhm.
papers, and you live in Germany, you know how organized people are. I'm not organized. I'll
Mm.
be running. You see me running to get the train, the bus, everything. So the whole idea was, and these little things, they make a huge difference in your life. Like, just being organized, just being on time, like 1 minute, like Germany, I think if anyone had the concept that time is money, it has to be the Germans, because they don't joke with their time. They don't joke with those things. So I was always overwhelmed. So I talk about organizing. I talk to mommies a lot. I talk about organizing ourselves. I have a series on Design. I'm going to talk about being organized as a mom, little tips like getting your child's stuff ready for the week. I mean, these are all the things that we wouldn't bother to do back home because we always have help, you know?
Somebody's writing mixed breed, Nigerian Ghanaian blood. Thumbs up. What's your Nigerian name?
Actually, my Nigerian name is Imabong.
Imabo.
It's an,
Oh, okay.
it's an
And,
epic
and
name.
now we understand why you're a foodie. Because if you're
Yeah,
from this Calabar area,
Calabar girl, yeah. So if my uncle is watching, he'll probably say, Imabong, go. But when I was younger, I didn't
okay.
like that name, but
Okay.
yeah.
Sue Sonny, thank you very much. We see you. All those supporting this vlog right now, we thank you. I want to use this
Thank
opportunity
you.
to thank all our sponsors. Move Global, African Fox Huxley, and AfroLink, and everybody that is supporting this movement. The Afro Bloggers Convention is on the 2nd of November. Do not miss out on this. Either
Don't
you're a
miss out.
business or not, you have to be there. So let me come back to you. First of all, what attracted you to this Afro Bloggers Convention?
It's such a wonderful story. And if you look on my blog, I've done a post about being part of the Afro Bloggers
I'm coming to
Forum.
that. I'm coming to
Yeah,
that.
so I came to a point in my life where I decided I needed to have like positive people around me, like a lot of positivity and everything. So a lot of things changed in my life. I was looking for people that shared the same ideas and the same visions that I had. And then it was just kismet. It was just destiny, I think. And I came across the Afro Bloggers Convention because before that I was struggling, like telling people about my blog and everything. And then be like, oh, really? Well, what's the reason? So do you get paid? Like explaining your whole thing, your whole
What you're talking about now, somebody's actually asking that question right now. How do you make money from your blog?
see me in chambers. See me in chambers. I can't see the pictures right now, but I can't wait. I will answer every question. So see me in chambers. I'll let you know.
Okay, they say you should come to November 2nd in Berlin, you
Yes,
get
come
more
to the
answers.
Afro Bloggers Convention and we'll tell you all about it.
Now listen, mommy, you wrote a blog about the Afro Bloggers Convention. You said you found a family. I read that blog. I got blew away, man. I blew my mind straight. I said, "Whoa, who's this?" I replied immediately. So tell us, what state of mind were you in at that particular moment in time when you wrote that?
I really struggled with the blog. My family, I know they're watching this and they're super supportive. And I have some friends back home. If I put anything on the blog, they're going to say, oh, yeah, good job. But the audience I needed, like the African audience that I needed, the African mummies I needed to reach out to, the people that really needed what was being said. I couldn't reach them. So I was getting frustrated. I was like, this thing is difficult, or you know how it is. You can have the passion for it, but after some time, if you're not really getting the audience, you get frustrated. So when I got I was just like, oh, I'm just going to leave the blog for some time. So when I connected to the Afro Bloggers Convention and I connected to you guys, the forum, and then we were all talking about the same thing, about marketing, about reaching our audience, I was like, yeah, girl, I'm home. I felt really good. So it was really it was validation that yes, you know what you're doing. The people who know what you're doing, and the people who love what you're doing, and the people who like to encourage you to do more and do better. So it's all about finding your tribe and finding a positive place. So I'll put the link there for that particular post, because people really love that post. And then
that post is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's very, very. I see Nana Ya Adoma Ashante Nuro saying greetings to you. It's exciting. It's exciting talking to you already. You emanate these positive vibes, which is very, very good. I can't wait to meet you at the convention.
I'm in a very positive place now.
Now you're coming to the convention. Tell us, what are you bringing with you? Apart from your very positive vibes.
I'm bringing my lovely self. I'm bringing positivity. I'm bringing ideas. I'm looking forward to networking with everybody. I'm looking forward to talking about the issues that are raised. I'm looking forward to making African Mommy in Deutschland really big. And I would like to hear from a lot of other people. I know we're going to have a lot of female bloggers coming in as well. I'm hooking up with a female blogger as well, Fanny. She did my makeup for me, so that's why I'm looking fly. Normally, on a normal day, African women.
That's an extra. That's an extra. Good already, but that's an extra.
Yeah, Fanny, thank you. If you're watching, yes, your girl is feeling very good. So yeah, I'm looking forward to talking with African women in Deutschland, because there are issues that we need. I'm a divorcee and a single mom. There are issues that we need to address. We need to get our message across. We need to make our lives better. We need to break the stereotypes. We need to get our stories across. So if we all come together, African bloggers, African mommies, African women, if we all come together and we get together on the blogs and we talk, I feel like it will make a difference, and then it will bring our platform higher. So that's the whole idea, coming to the convention, meeting with other, not that we don't love our guys, we love the men, we're very happy to be part of it, but really our stories, the stories of the African women abroad needs to be heard, because especially for the African woman in Germany, our stories, our struggles are unique to us, and they need to be heard, and we need to talk, we need to organize, we need to know how to move ourselves and our children forward. So that's what I'm bringing. I'm bringing that to the table. I'm bringing networking to the table. I'm bringing experience to the table, and I'm so excited about that.
Okay. See, there's somebody I would like you to connect to. The organizer of the African Women in Europe.
Oh, Joy, she's in our Facebook group. We love her.
She's coming to the convention.
Yeah.
She's coming to the convention, and that's one great person. Now, I want to say something. I see everybody now on this blog, right? Everybody, there are a lot of people. Everybody's connected. And if you're watching this right now,
I'm so excited.
If you're watching this right now, please, if you have a question, write your question, leave a comment, share this video, like, just share so that others will get to see it. Now, how frustrating is it? Mommy, I come to you. How frustrating is it when you meet people on the street and they tell you, oh, I see your blog, I read your this, but I don't like, they don't like. That's the issue. I get that kind of response sometimes. They say, well, I've seen all your videos, but I say, but why don't you like? Why don't you share? So I'll follow you. How does that affect you?
Actually, I don't get that. Maybe they lied to me. They say, oh, I saw it. I know, like, when you see they don't like it, but they don't actually say that to me. But deep down, I'm thinking, deep down, I'm thinking, why is it that you see those videos, you see the blogs, you see what we're trying to do, you're not liking? I kind of get worried about it. But deep down, I know that, there's a little bit of competition in mentality with us. You don't realize that it's so much easier when we do things together, like it together, share it together. When someone brings their platform. I'm like the first person, hey, this mommy, look, we love her, all those things. But I realized that those that are for you are always going to be for you. It's not everybody's job to be your friend, to be your cheerleader. So you just have to get used to criticism. Some people will just look at it silently, some people will walk away. So it doesn't really bother me much, especially now that I found the Afro Bloggers Forum. It doesn't bother me at all. I'm like, okay, we gossip about you people that don't like her. We talked about you people. But yeah, it doesn't bother me anymore. I think for a long time, those kind of things used to bother me, connecting with people. But I've really worked on myself. I'm like, this thing I'm doing, there are people who are gonna love it and gonna share. Like there's Laura Tizo. I love her. I got to know her just recently. She, like, if you put something out that she loves it, she's immediately going to share it. There are people like that immediately, like immediately you get this, like, oh, good, that's a wonderful platform. Let's share it. Let's do it. So there are people like that. So I look to the people that are really my cheerleaders, because if you look to those that are not, you easily get discouraged. It's all fun and games to sit down and then blog and then think and then do your research and then correct yourself, and then do all these things. No, it's not like, it's not a ha 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 thing. It's not a glamorous thing, but we do it for the love of it. So I just forget about that and I look at my cheerleaders.
Okay, I want to say to Jimmy Abayomi, Farah Yola, I see you. John Idowu Olaniyan, I see you. Thank you very much. We're going to go to the wisdom part that you're talking about. Now, listen, Mami, you are a single mother of one.
Mm-hmm.
Blogging alone is a very, 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 very tough thing to do, tough job to do. How do you juggle this?
Okay.
Mommy,
yeah. For the longest time, I always wanted to be perfect before I blog something. I always wanted everything to be 100% before I blogged it. I wanted everything to be grammatically correct before I blogged it. But now the first thing I learned was to first do it and then correct it later.
Okay.
That if you wait for everything to be perfect, if you want to wait and look at all the rules, the time where people will be there, the time where people will like it, you're never going to put out any content. The next thing I learned how to do as well was to have a timetable. I talked about this the other time. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait for the mood to hit me. But for me, the mood never really hits me completely because I have a kid. I work. I do a lot of things. The mood is never going to hit me. So I have some things like, okay, I promised myself, look, I'm going to put out a YouTube video, even if I'm looking like a ghost. I'm going to put out a YouTube video once every week. I'm going to go on my website, post content twice a week. I started the best way, if you're blogging, you're listening to me, the best way is to have a timetable for it. And not to wait for the perfect time, and not to wait for the perfect moment, and not to wait till you get the brand new computer. Just do it. There's a the Nike advert, when you're born to do it, just do it. So just do it. Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Don't care what everybody says. Not everybody's gonna like it. Just do it.
Okay. Latinzo empowerment, wisdom. Yes, it will never be perfect. She's repeating your word. And
Yes.
Nkedo Christian, that's my brother. He's cheering you on.
Thank you. Thank you. I can't wait to read the comments.
I want to go back to your early stage when you started blogging. What do you think you did wrong that if you were given the opportunity to go back to when you started earlier, you would like to correct?
Number one, trying to please everybody. That was my biggest thing, my biggest mistake. Instead of thinking of the message that was given to me, God, this is like a calling. Instead of me to think about my calling, I was thinking about trying to please everybody, trying to get everything grammatically correct, trying to get the website perfect, everything. So that was my number one mistake. Number two, not marketing, and not marketing to the right audience. I wasn't marketing properly. I wasn't marketing to the right audience. And then the other thing is never to give up learning about your craft. If it's blogging you're doing, not like with the marketing, going back to the marketing, like when I found the Afro Bloggers Convention and all those things, that was when I had learned how to do it right. Then I was thinking about, okay, the Afro Bloggers Convention. And then the next thing is not learning, the not learning thing, like not trying to better your craft. Okay, you're writing, find ways to bring out content faster. Like when we talked about how can you do things easily, like getting your phone and then quickly talking on it, you can record it and then it can write it down for you and then you correct it later, you know. Learning new things, learning new marketing avenues, you know. Just don't assume that you're going to put out the old crap and things are changing. Snapchat is here, this is there, this is here. You're not going to new platforms. Those are the three things I did, like trying to please everybody. Stick to the vision that you had. Number two was not also marketing properly. Number three was not learning more about my craft. You know, things happen every day, so you have to keep learning. You have to make yourself better. And then there's one thing I wanted to say, which completely slipped, but it will come back.
Okay, now since you've been blogging about African Mommy, what would you say are your achievements? What have you? What is that?
Oh, you know, my biggest achievement just happened recently. The African Mummies in Deutschland Facebook group. You know, when I was blogging, I was like, let me share my experience. When I started blogging, the whole idea was to share my experiences so that if I share my experiences about being disorganized, if I share my experiences about going here, doing these things, and other people, what I wanted was when I first came to Germany, what I wished I had, if I had a website like my own, and I could go on and say, oh, okay, these are the new laws in Germany for the month of this is how to get your Führerschein, your driver's license. If I had something like that, there were so many things that took me like 2 years, 3 years that I probably would not have if I had a blog like that. So the whole idea was to do something that I desperately needed. So I was getting, like I said, I wasn't getting the audience that really needed. Then I switched. I also started YouTube to try and get more people to get the message across. But my greatest achievement by far has been the African Mummy in Deutschland. If you're an African mom in Germany and you're not part of the African Mummy in Deutschland's group, you are missing out. We talk about everything, child care. We talk about kindergarten. We talk about Grundschule. We talk about angebots, things that are on sale. We talk about everything that will make you better. We talk about questions. We talk about, okay, this and this is happening in my school or my son's school. How do you think I should go about it? Or this and this is happening here. Or the teacher in kindergarten says this. Or when do I register for this? Healthcare. We talk about so many things. So, I mean, it's the place to be. What we're trying to do is to create the biggest online platform for African women, African mothers in Germany. So that's what we're trying to do. Someone is opening a business. Okay, I'm opening a business. They're advertising their products. We have a lot of stay-at-home moms that are also running a business on the side. They're advertising. So that by far, that has been my greatest achievement. We're looking to build the African Mompreneur group so that it will be even bigger, so we can teach African women about how to build successful businesses in Germany.
Okay, I'll come in. Man, clicks just wrote now. What is your Instagram link? What's your Instagram? How do they find you on Instagram?
I'm going to put all the links below because right now, you know, I'm new to the Go Live thing. I'm new to it. If I really knew how to go about it, I would have just put it in because I don't want to miss the amount of people that have viewed it and everything. But I'm going to put it all on the Instagram. Okay. Instagram, I have a lot of motivation. The Instagram, the Facebook group, the everything. I'm going to put it on. As soon as you put out this video, I'm going to just put all the links below.
Okay. Maame, Afro Bloggers Convention, 2nd of November. That is the place we want to come together and take control of our image. Because our image is what determines if we are going to eat food, if we are going to be killed, if we are going to be shot, whatever is going to happen to us, determine it comes from our image has a big role to play in it, because then people has a premonition or an idea that they have a different look at us. So now, mummies, our mothers, are our first teachers. They are our first teachers. They are going to be the first people to teach us how to view ourselves. So tell us, how do you effect this change? Because in the past, it has been difficult for our mothers to do because there are a lot of information around us. pictures that we see around us, everything is negative to us. So how do you affect that?
So we start with different things. With the African Mummy in Deutschland, with the blog and with the group, what we do is we inform each other of the misconceptions that people may have about us. And we try to reorganize ourselves. We build our character, we build our confidence. You know, like for example, if you have a situation where you explain to someone, okay, because the problem we have in Germany is that, especially amongst when it's very easy to equate intelligence with the ability to speak the language. So when Germans see Africans that don't speak their language and then they've been here for so long, they assume they're stupid, you know? So what we do is, plus we work on our image to ourselves. You know, the African people, we say to them, okay, this is the image and the idea that they have about us. Please don't forget to correct this image and idea, especially with our children. Like I had another incident where my daughter came from school and she was like singing a song. She said, you know, they asked me if I knew the meaning of this song because they said it's African. I was like, do you know how many languages there are in Africa? She was like, no. I said, there are millions. When you go to school, tell them there are millions of languages in Africa. There is no African, you know, language. You know, so there are lots of things that we're doing, like with the mothers, we're trying to talk to ourselves to try know where, like someone can say something to you, you don't know where it's coming from. But when another mother tells you, okay, I've had that experience, they said this, and this, and this is the situation. So, you know, please be careful. Like we had a situation where we're talking about this, when we discussed, okay, so please be careful. This is the impression, this is where it's coming from, you know. So we correct the impression. We become self-aware first. Then we also go on the other level to correct the kind of misconceptions by organizing ourselves in such a way that we're each other's helpers. You know, like we have a situation where if you have a situation where you don't speak the language and then you're always going with your younger son to maybe the school for your younger child to übersetzt, to translate for you, then they're going to look at you like you're stupid. So you're going to explain to them, okay, you know, hi moms, this is what I realized, that if I go with my kid to school, you know, the teachers look down on me because of that. So, you know, let's try and learn the language. You know, they're just different misconceptions we correct amongst ourselves. And then we move on to the level of when people, as you don't the Nigerian, you don't give them gap. You know, you don't give someone gap. You don't give them the opportunity to say things. If you're self-aware, because when I first came to Germany, I remember the first place I went, that somebody said, in the office they were supposed to help me, he threw the letter at me and said, if you don't like it, go back to your F country. You know, that was my first, you know, I've lived in London before, I've lived in different places abroad before. This is not my first, you know. I just started crying. I started crying like a little girl. I just started crying because, you know, I was like, you know, I started crying, you know. But when we talk amongst ourselves and we're like, okay, this is real, this is the issue, this is what is happening, then we prepare ourselves. So now I've prepared myself. I've met other Afrobizers. They're like, oh, be careful when you go there. This is what's going to happen. Be prepared. I'm like, oh yeah, I've heard about you. This is how you behave towards good, but this is not the issue. This is the documentation that needs to be brought across. You know, you have that confidence.
Okay, I want to come in there. Talking about African mummies. We were. I was with the group, the African Volkshochschule, African Academy Volkshochschule. They are doing an outreach and they were going from churches to churches and telling Africans how they can get help, how they can reach out to them, and especially the mothers. They're organizing mothers. So if you're out there and you need a kind of help with your language, with your children, whatever type of help, you can reach out to the African Academy Volkshochschule Berlin.
In Berlin.
They are providing numerous ideas, numerous ways that you can reach out to. So now there are a lot of mothers out there that are not aware. How do you invite them to the convention? It is free. So how do you reach out to them? It is free. Let them come and network. Networking is great.
Yes, we're going to invite them. We've already put it up online on our group, and we're going to keep inviting them. We're going to keep talking about the platform so they are aware they can come to Berlin. We're going to try and shoot a couple of videos when we come, so that those people who can't come all the way to Berlin will be able to know like the message we're trying to get across. So that's our plan for Berlin when we come.
Tell us how this is a win-win for small not just big African business, but small businesses, small entrepreneurs, small brands, how this is a win-win for them?
For the I think it's all about marketing. We want to get ourselves out there. We want to get ourselves across. So if you're a small company, if you're a blogger, if you just come and learn something new, you know, networking is important. When I met you guys, like things grew exponentially for me with my blog and everything. So it's a win-win for everyone. It's a win-win for smaller companies, opportunity to market. Come and learn about marketing your blogs. Come and learn about social media, usage of social media, marketing. Reach out to someone. You might connect to someone that may be able to help your business. So definitely come to the Afro Bloggers Convention.
And moreover, people like Maame are going to be there that day with cameras
I'm
and
going to be
writing,
there.
and immediately they
Blogging
might
away.
catch your blog and they might catch your brand, and it's all out there. It's all out there, and people are seeing it.
Yes. So
So,
we'll be expecting you.
yeah, we'll be expecting you all to be. It is free. Just come free. Come. It's happening at Platz, close to the TU, the Technical University in Berlin. It's happening at the SROH University. They are close to each other there. It's at the Platz. The address is on Afrobiz Germany Facebook page and also on our website on www.afrobizgermany.com. Let's talk about